So, good evening, everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be. For those who don't know me, so my name is Sin Sin. I am a member of the Metta Center, and I'm going to moderate the session tonight. So, thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you for joining the session and leading the session today. First of all, I would like to pay respect to the triple gems, the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. May our actions be guided by the power of the triple gems. And also, I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional custodians of the land. Where I am right now is the Wadu Medical Country. So the First Nations people who have always been living here on this land. So we would like to pay respect to them, past, present, and emerging. So a little bit about Markus. So Markus Meier started Vipassana meditation in 2005. Shortly afterwards, he set up a small meditation center in Heidelberg. Is that the correct pronunciation,
Correct.
Markus?
Yes.
Okay, that's in Germany, right?
Yes. Southern Germany.
Okay, where he taught for 5 years. During this time, Marcus also trained as a naturopath and graduated with a specialization in bodywork and detox purification methods. In 2011, he went to Asia to learn various healing techniques such as Ayurvedic medicine, Thai yoga, massage, etc. And in 2012, he ordained as a Buddhist monk at Pa Auk Monastery, Myanmar. And since 2014, Marcus has been commuting between Asia and Europe to deepen his own practice and pass on the Dhamma. In 2015, he began teaching meditation retreats in Germany, Thailand, and also Myanmar. And since 2015, Marcus has been working in 8 projects in Myanmar to support orphans in monastic education schools. Wow. In 2016, he founded the charity Mudita Foundation, which aims to promote education, health, and ecology for underprivileged children in Myanmar. And Marcus also built a large boarding school within a Buddhist monastery that housed 250 underprivileged children and 50 staff members. The self-sufficient project was set up as an eco-village with sustainable eco-houses, farms, workshops, and a small meditation center. And Marcus has been running a school for refugee children in the Thai-Myanmar border, and he's teaching meditation in his school community and offers courses in Buddhist psychology. So without further ado, Marcus, I would like to hand this over to you now to talk a little bit about your session and also to lead meditation for us. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the introduction. I appreciate that. You talked already a lot about the background, about the charity work, and would like to introduce a little bit more about how I came to the Dhamma, to the meditation, and especially what's the importance of charity work, giving in the path or its own spiritual path. I would like to share some pictures and some videos later. So please allow me to share my screen and share that here so I can show you some pictures there. I hope that works. Let's see that we go down here. Okay. So let me know if you can see that. Actually, can you see the shared screen? Is that working?
Yes, that's working, Marcus.
Okay, great. That's nice. All right. Yeah, so well, as you Sinsen already introduced there, that's what we talk about, the meditation and the charity work, to have the balance between both. Because what I made in the experience is that when we're focusing too much on the meditation, especially in monastic life, practicing very straightforward, very hard sometimes, our practice and missing out the softness and wideness that we cannot have the joy in the meditation. I think that also often there's monks from the Ajahn Brahm tradition joining in there. So that was pretty much also my approach, beside the approach from the Pa Auk meditation and different other influences. Well, that's very important get the focus, and also get the softness and whiteness and the joy in the meditation to find the right balance for that. Okay, so my path pretty much started 2005, as since already introduced there, when I did before a lot of tried many businesses out in my life. I was working in tourism management. I was working in for a bank, for a German bank, in financial advising. Then I was working in nursing, many different things that I tried out. But finally, I find I would like to do more charity work, actually helping out and helping out, balancing the body and mind. That was what came to my mind at this time. So I was looking for alternative medicine, started studies in alternative medicine to become a naturopath. So before I wanted to start that, I thought first starting with myself to that I get some meditation. So I found the meditation center, which is actually was a Goenka meditation, maybe Vipassana meditation. Some people will be familiar with that. It's much focus on the body work, body scanning. And when I started the course, very shortly, I got deeply into the meditation, and I really find my path. And it was felt like a like newborn. I really find my path in my life. What was something important, the Dhamma was missing before in my life. So that's what I brought also Hindi. I built in Heidelberg from that time on my Dhamma nest, how I always call it, and that's that time. So I had actually no friends when I came over to Heidelberg at that time. So I immediately joined the meditation groups. So all my friends were meditators, friends, and also my fellow study colleagues that I work with alternative medicine. We all meditated together or had some spiritual practice or yoga. So it was just the right people that I can practice with. And I think that's very important to see also that from your center, having the right friends, the Kalyana meters. If we have the good friends that are also practicing with us together, we create this base in our life that is very supportive for the practice. So that was luckily for me from the very beginning. I could start working for a small NGO. This time was for South America. I was working in a eco community to producing our own food. So in many ways, it got was very wholesome environment. So shortly after that, after a year or so, I had some question in the meditation that came up for your deep meditation experience. I realized actually later on that was a jhanic experience, but no teacher in Germany they could help me finding out what it was. So I went over to Myanmar just for holidays for a few weeks, and I found a very good monk in Yangon in Myanmar, and immediately he said, "You should stay here, you should practice, become a monk," which I couldn't do at this time. Was married at this time, my first wife, and I couldn't just skip my studies. So I finished my studies first, and then I came to Myanmar to become a Buddhist monk first for 6 months. So that was the time when I had planned this out. As since it was introducing, I planned for living for a few years in Asia, study in India, Ayurvedic medicine, Thai massage, and Thai medicine, and my which I also did. And part of it was the plan to become a Buddhist monk for half a year, which at the end turned out to be 8 years altogether. So that was much longer. But when I ordained there from the beginning on, I've had in mind just to find a place where I can more deepen my meditation. So spend more time for the meditation, living out in the community of monks where I can meditate. But the faith that I developed over this time in the Buddhist teaching, I didn't expect that before. That the via the lifestyle that you joining in as a Buddhist monk, following in the footsteps of the Buddha, that really yeah give it total new part to me from my spiritual life. So it was went out at this time into the forest and practiced very simple. So I was living partly in the monastery. I had a hut also in the monastery. It was a very large community, over 1,000 monks, as we see here in the pictures. And but I was partly integrated there. Mostly, I actually went out in the forest, just practicing on my own. Just had a simple bamboo mat and a mosquito net, and was living just under the tree. Just follow the example of the Buddha, and that was yeah the best time that best thing that I could do in the meditation. Don't know if somebody is familiar with the teaching of Pa Auk. They have a very methodical way of practicing. That is all of the samatha methods that Pa Auk find in the sutras. We practice them all. We go all through that practice. So the four element meditation, anapana meditation, 32 parts of the body, Vipassana meditation, where we work with circles of light, Suba meditation, like reflection on death and on our body parts and so on. So many different kinds. Normally, this course that is set up can take up to 10 years to practice. Many monks practice there. So partly I took on this practice and went also through the anapana, the four element meditation, and so on. So completed a big part of that course. But I found that balancing that out with the meditation in a more soft way, that is a approach what Brahm also brings it. But I found that is very suitable for me because when I went out for Pindapata every morning, like I collected alms food then I went out for 2 hours every morning, collecting the food in the village. There was not many monks, and the monastery was allowed to go. There was a special case. I got permission from the teacher to do that at this time, and that gave me great inspiration. And I see the how the people are living there. It was in the Moon State in the south of Myanmar near Molymyine, and in this area, the people living very, very simple in the way. So some of them just living in the bamboo hut with the holes in the roof, didn't have much food. But what I found very inspiring is that every time I pass, people went and give the food to me. Even they had only 10 spoons of rice, but two of their spoons of their rice there was already sharing to me. And they bought special fruits or special materials for me, and I could see they don't have much for themselves, but they were so generously giving and sharing that gives me great inspiration at this time. And I could see that I had one incident that I went past one house and standing in front, standing still as monks in monks tradition, and wait for the people to come out to give food. But we cannot say, "Hey, I'm a monk. Please give me food." We have to stay still and wait. And I thought they don't recognize me, so I just go further. And this poor little girl in that house realized that I was gone after that and didn't collect the food at this day, and it was running for half an hour through the village to find me, only to give me that apple that he specially bought for me. And when I seen that, it really warmed my heart and said, I never gonna miss out to receive that food and waiting as long as you're coming out and give that food to me. So I could see that this sharing, the beauty of the sharing and giving is something very special for Myanmar culture. And not only for Myanmar culture, especially for Buddhist culture, but this developed also in my heart. And there was the first moment where the idea came, how can I support? How can I help those people here in the village? How can I give that? And that came later on, some ways how I could do that. And in another way, what I found, I was practicing at the rainy season, following after that, very straight. I was getting very deep into the meditation practice, 12 hours, 13 hours and more, just to really focus, and didn't do hardly anything else. Just went out for pindapata, for getting my food, and then just sitting in the meditation. And started this from the morning, 3 o'clock, until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the evening. I was continuously meditating with short breaks, like for pindapata or for showering and so on. And that was samadhi developed very well. But what I found is that what I pushed it too hard in my practice. I really wanted to gain samadhi. I really wanted to gain the nimitta, and I really wanted to gain jhana, going into deep meditation, to absorption. And I got a very sharp meditation at this time because I spent so many hours to practice. But I found that over 2 months, I got developed very much hardness in my mind. And even that much that I was working with anapana, so I felt like a stone having here in front, in the feeling, and a stone between my eyes. So that I made, that's a common meditators experience when you put too hard, that the meditation, the breath gets very hard and the pain develops. So I couldn't practice any further because with every breath it was so painful and negative experience. So then I said, okay, what do I do wrong here? And one thing what I found is that what is missing is the softness, is the openness, is the sharing, opening up of the heart, the metta, the loving kindness. And so I went over to my teachers and I requested to take the duty again as a monk. We have duties for the older monks, to carry their alms bowl, or to wash in their house, to prepare their bed, or washing their robes and so on. So because we're so many monks, we have to renounce this as attitude, this service. But I could take this back, and shortly after they actually said, "Oh, you're a naturopath, you're a medical doctor, so we have many monks. Can they come to you so you can give them some treatment?" So that's what I actually did then after. I opened my praxis, and as we see here, I was working with Ayurvedic medicine. We did fasting courses, and there also auto blood therapy, so re-injecting the blood. I worked with homeopathy. Then also I did Thai massage, what we see here. I practice where I give the treatment to the monks. And there was many dogs in the monastery. There was fighting, and many dogs die from wounds that wasn't attended to. So I took care of all of them and did my best there. And I found via this service and opening up and helping that my meditation improved a lot. Maybe don't know the praxis and for yourself, but when I practice very long in that hours, I developed the nimitta. It's a reflection of the mind, a sign of samadhi or concentration. But when we find the concentration is not wide enough, it is sharp, it's very small point. It's not relaxed, not wide. So when I practice with a uh, helping out for the people in the monastery, the monks and the dogs, I developed so much joy and piti sukha, the happiness and joy in the meditation, that my mind got very wide. And so also the nimitta in my mind got very, very wide and very, very shiny. That's also something that I learned from Ajahn Brahm. At this time, I only listened to audio books from him, or to listen to talks from him. And really, that really worked for me, that part of softening the mind, opening the mind. And we can sometimes cannot do this on the meditation cushion. We have to do that in life. We have to give this helping and sharing in life. So that's what I found. My meditation really developed strongly at this time. Once I start more sharing and helping. So that's why what I found, it is all about the balance. We got to practice and sit, do our work on the cushion, on the meditation, really focusing on also practicing skillful in the right way with the right methods that fitting to us. But then also we got to work in life and apply that in life with charity or with helping and service. And after that, a few years when I practiced the first 2 years in the monastery, I went first time back to Germany and just to visit my family. At this time, invited me again, and I this time visited a monastery called Buddhist. Buddhist path is a translation, and it was a perfect place for me. As you see, that's in the south of Germany near Heidelberg as well. Beautiful up in the mountains, very peaceful, very quiet, and that's the right place where I could share the Dhamma. So I started practicing, giving courses. We had about 30 participants at once, and I give courses while I was there. Also, I started to give meditation courses for children. So went to the schools, even give the courses, the Dhamma teaching there, like mindfulness courses. We invited the children coming over to the center. So that was also an important part when we practice that we practice playful. That's what I learned in the way with the children. And I went back every half year. So I stayed half year in Germany, and then I went half year back to Myanmar to deepen my practice there, to practice for myself. And that's what I found. One of my meditation students from Switzerland, he asked me, please, coming over to Auk, that's a monastic education school in Sagaing, more northern part of Myanmar. And they have 3,500 children there, which are mostly Buddhist monks and nuns, or either orphans or children from very poor families, unprivileged children. So I went over to that part, and he said he has $10,000 he got as a fundraising, but he couldn't use that money off because he had to go back to Switzerland. He asked me to help out organizing it. So I went over to the place and started organizing, start to see, and I was quite shocked for the situation. There was mountains of rubbish inside the school, as you see that here, and a lot of children, they got infections, skin infections. So we opened a clinic room there and bought the medicine, employed a nurse. We opened, built a shower block to take care of the children, and started, opening this up. Invited volunteers, as we see here. There was volunteers when the first volunteers came in. There was nurses or doctors, and they're taking care of the children. And we cleaned up the whole monastery with all the 3,500 novices. So I could see over a short time this monastery developed very well. It goes very quickly in improvement. And over this time, I decided to go back to Germany and start the Mudita Foundation, to start the charity work, and started the foundation there. And collecting more donation, inviting more volunteers, and that's what I've done. But I found that being in such a big place in that monastery was very difficult for helping sustainably. So I decided to go over and found my own monastery, monastic education school, with a smaller number of 250 students that we have. And as we see here, we built a lot of houses. We built for those houses over 30 in that time. Some smaller ones, some bamboo huts, some bigger ones, some two-story. So we had at this time 3 years, 2018 to 2021, a very good run. So many, over 400 volunteers came to us in this time. We had a lot of supporters came in and went over 200,000 euro in for the monastery education school at this time. And there's 250 children. We could help very much, educate also in a modern way. We brought in international schools from Singapore. Schools came in. Schools from Yangon, from the main city, came in. We started cooperation from international schools from Germany as well. There was this internationalist part, and also the eco part that became very predominant. And it became a very nice Dhamma eco community, we could call it. Meditation students came in. They're from Germany that I did before the courses with, and also volunteers from all over the world. and we all meditated together. Every evening we had about 1 hour, 1.5 hour meeting, which we meditate half an hour of. I give one half an hour Dhamma talk, and it was a very nice atmosphere. We're growing in the community. There was the same thing. We built a meditation center, just 7 meditation huts out in the forest, so people could come out and practice 5 days or 10 days meditation course for themselves. And I was guiding them, helping them. And then when they finished the course, full of joy and metta, they could come in and give service in the monastery. We're working with the children, working on our eco farm. We grow our own food. We produce our own houses. May build our own chairs and tables, furnitures. So many ways we was self-sustained in that school. So had our little eco Dhamma community. And that was a beautiful way how we lived there for 3 years until the coup happened. There was a military coup, 2021 in February, where the military came in and retake the power. There was ruling 70 years before, and there was a 10 years democratic transition, which ended in February 2021. So they came in and burned our houses, as we see here. So my team and me, we had to run out of the school, had to escape from the military. So we was lucky that we made it out alive actually at this time. So we could flee to Yangon and then fly out over to Germany to get in that time. So after that, when I went over to Germany, shortly after, we came over and looking for where we can help those people who had a similar experience than we are. There's actually by now 2.6 million people. They got bombed out, their houses got burned, their houses they got pushed out of their houses, lost their life situation. They came over either to the forest, hiding somewhere, trying to resettle some territory, don't find them, or in many cases, they come over to Mesot. That's on Thai-Myanmar border. That's the place where we have started now our place, our new charity. And that's 2 years ago that we started. And by now we have 55 children and about 10 team members, 10 teachers, and 10 volunteers from all over the world. They're coming and supporting us. And we keep on growing in our community, getting wider there. So that's a short story for all this. Yeah, a lot of things happen during this time. So I go through that quite quickly, but you get an overview of that experience, of that situation. So I would like to share more about the current situation now, what we have, how do we work here with our volunteers and what we do here. But I would like to have some meditation with you first. So yeah, all that is good where we get some input. Now then let the mind settle with information, let the mind clear out and calm down. And then we can restart with some other part for that. So good. I think everybody ready for some meditation. Can do that. All right. First, let me shortly tell you what is the way how I usually practice or I teach the meditation. As I mentioned that before.
Sorry to
Yes?
interrupt you, Markus. Would you like to stop sharing your screen, perhaps?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Let's do that. Okay, that's best. Okay. So the way how I usually practice or approach that is in a mix between the methods that I learned, partly from the meditation methods of Vipassana, like the body sweeping. It's very important to work with the body, with the sensations, with the 4 elements. It gives a very good way to assess to our emotions, to our feelings, to our mind as well. So to balance that, and then also to work with the anapana to focus and concentrate the mind. And I like the approach that Ajahn Brahm also is teaching to come into the present moment before and then developing silence. So when we bring in those step by step methods, then it becomes more easy to practice. You get also a balance between focus and practice and enjoy opening up for, especially when we do some things, have some charity activities, or we have nice community activities, then the mind already starts with a fulfilled heart, with relaxed mind. So let's just begin. So we can start by sitting comfortable on the chair, or you sit on the ground, or wherever you feel that it's suitable for you. And you can close your eyes, settle the mind in for a moment. You can start with the 3 deep breaths. Just let the mind settle in the present moment. Try to let go of all past and future. Whatever has happened today, during your work, your studies, your family, just leave this behind. Any plans that you might have for this evening or tomorrow, let it be in the mind, but let it drop in the back. Focus on the clear breath that comes in naturally, and on the out breath that flows out naturally. In the beginning, it's good to focus, realize that you're sitting here on this chair, or you're sitting on the ground. See the position of your legs, the position of your arms. Is your legs straight or bending forwards? Is your neck straight? Are your shoulders relaxed? Or are there some tensions? Then go and feel your body. How does your body feels right now? Is it hot or cold? Does it feel heavy or light? Where does your body touch the ground, touch the chair? Use that body awareness to focus your mind in the present moment, in the here and now. When your mind starts wandering past or future, gently bring it back in the present. Feel your breath gently flowing. Feel your shoulders and your back. Can you feel anywhere tension? To recognize tension in your shoulders, use the breath to let it go. When you breathe in, feel your shoulders lifting up. When you breathe out, feel your shoulders dropping. With the dropping of your shoulders, let go of all tensions that you may have in your body and mind. Do the same thing with your arms. Your legs, with any tension that you might feel in the body. Recognize your in-breath. Recognize your out-breath. Don't try to control your breath. Let it flow naturally. The more you let go of control of your body, control of your breath, the more you will find it settles and calms down. We practice in this way until we have reached the stage of passaddhi, calmness, the relaxation and joy in mind. Chitta passaddhi, the calmness and relaxation in the body. Kaya passaddhi, a state free of thoughts, jumping of mind in past and future. The body is relaxed, feels joyful. It's an important state to reach, to go deeper into the four-element meditation. Let's focus on the body. We go one time through our body, feeling all sensations that are present. It's a meditation that the Buddha described as four-element meditation. The four main elements: earth, fire, water, and air, with several characteristics, 12 characteristics, such as heaviness, lightness, roughness, heat and cold, and so on. You don't have to specifically look for those 12 characteristics. Just naturally focus on the sensation in your body. Start from the top of the head. Feel the sensation that are present at that moment at the top of your head. Don't try to imagine sensation, interpret it. Just simply feel and accept the reality that manifests itself in that moment, in that part of the body. Spread your attention over your skull area. The top of your head, the back of your head, the sides of your head. Feel your forehead and recognize the sensation present at this part of the body at this moment. The same way, move down your eyes, your eyebrow, your nose, your cheeks, your chin, and your lips. Feel your whole face area. The same way, slowly and attentively move down towards your neck area, your shoulders, and move down to the right arm, the upper arm, down towards the elbow, and further down towards your hand. Do the same thing with the left side. Start on the left shoulder, and slowly and attentively move down towards your left elbow, Slowly, part by part, piece by piece, move down to your left hand. Feeling any sensation just like it is. Don't try to change this experience. Don't try to search for a certain feeling, certain sensation. Just accept the reality as it is, as it manifests in this moment, on this part of the body. Explaining our equanimity, our upekkha, the acceptance of the reality as it is, not as we would like it to be, but as it is. In the same way, we start moving from our chest further down, part by part, piece by piece, towards the belly area. From your shoulder blades, further down, from the upper back to the lower back, from the upper back to the lower back, all the way down to the hips. From the hip area, move down slowly and attentively to your right leg, up to your right knee. From your right knee, move down slowly and attentively to your right foot, soles of your foot, the back of your foot, your toes. The same way, start from the left leg, from the hip area, and move down, step by step, to the left knee, the left knee, further down to your left foot, back of your foot, sole of your foot. Having reached to your feet, start over, start from the top of your head, and see what sensation you feel right now at the same part where you begin. Each and every time you move from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, top of the head to the tips of the toes, just feeling each and every sensation that you come across, not judging any sensation, not neglecting any sensation, but just remain aware. This is the training of becoming the observer, without any judgment, without any evaluation, without craving, without aversion. Training equanimity, the acceptance of everything that is, to take everything as it is. Now let's take a few deep breaths. Come out of the meditation again. When you breathe in, feel the fresh air, feel the oxygen vitalizing your mind and body. When you breathe out, feel the relaxation, the letting go of all tension, all negativities. Breathe in, freshness, energy. Breathe out, letting go. Now take a deep breath. If you want, you can stretch yourself. Coming out of the meditation. So I hope you're all very relaxed now, coming back in this room. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Markus, and thank you for sharing your life journey as well. It was really, truly inspiring. I think people agree with me here, and I'm aware of time constraints, Markus. So I have a proposal. What do you think? And my proposal is we would like to really give the opportunity to the participants to ask questions, because this is really quite interesting, and I would like to perhaps ask you to consider incorporating the Q&A into your talk somehow. That work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I think what we can do, the best way is I would just share the video here. That way, what you have is just 3 minutes, and so everybody get a quick view into the school, into the situation that we have here, and then I can just give a short introduction about how do we get here, what's the situation, a little bit you had already heard about it, and then we can just opening up for the Q&A for that. Anyway, it's just a 10 minutes to that Q&A, then we still have 20 minutes for that talk. And I think I appreciate a lot of comments and questions. We come in and have a lively discussion about this. All right. So then let's do that. I would share my screen here again.
This is the Mudita school. We're here in Mesot. It's on the Thai-Myanmar border. We just started here in March 2022. And we have around 50 children here now with 7 teachers. I'm Markus. I'm the founder of the Mudita Foundation. We started in 2016 with this association in Germany. And since then, running the monastic education school in Myanmar, and here's a school for the refugee children from Myanmar. We're helping out with the families. They also get food from us, and clothing and bedding and kitchen materials, anything what they need. We give out these food packages, and then for the children mainly we support for their education. They lost often a family member, or they lost their homes. They see how their houses get burned, and the whole situation in Myanmar is quite tense. First of all, they need a safe place, a safe community where they feel welcome, where teachers are giving them a structured day-to-day activity. They get their food, they get medical support, and mostly they need the other children to play, have a place where they can play football, they can be with their friends. So after a long time when they are running away from the civil war, they finally find a place where they can settle down and live a normal life like a kid wants to play. They want to be with friends, want to be with the family. Don't have psychologists here yet at the moment, but I think the whole place is just giving a warm atmosphere so the children feel comfortable and they can heal their trauma. What is especially for this school is the eco-curriculum. So we have an eco-garden. We're using permaculture. So the children going out, they're planting the vegetables and taking care of their gardens. What we're bringing in just now is the GED. This is an international high school degree, especially with the connections that we have. We will take care that our students, when they pass the GED, that they can get good opportunity for university. And we get great volunteers. We got some volunteers from Germany and volunteers from Italy, international exchange of cultures. So the students here, they're happy to showing how they make mohenga or showing some part of the Burmese tradition, and the volunteers, they're bringing their ideas in. So getting different influences in with the cultures, that just creates a beautiful international atmosphere, which is very much in the center what we're doing here at Mudita Foundation.
Okay, good. So you get a little bit of a introduction, see how the school looks like. Maybe just a short information I connected to that what I said before. There are so many people coming over here now to Mesot. Just to get the number, there are 2.6 million people got displaced in Myanmar. This is something what we haven't heard much in the West. There's no news in Germany, or when I see the volunteers coming over here, they're always surprised that there's many things heard about Ukraine or about Israel, or several other places, but nothing heard about Myanmar. Even that is quite a humanitarian crisis going on here. So many people coming over here to Mesot. It's the #1 refugee town where people flee from Myanmar. And when we came here, we had 150,000 refugees approximately. After a year, was over 200,000, and now they have over 350,000. Some people say 400,000 in a town where only 50,000 Thai people are living. And we have recently now bombings here. They're only 15 kilometers away from the border. So every day we hear the fighting, we hear the bombing over. That's families that get bombed out here in that situation. Even refugee camps get bombed. And then mass of people coming over, and they finding just coming over with nothing than a shirt and their trouser, lost everything. And some of them had very good lives in Myanmar. They had their company or their doctors, lawyers, good situation. But because they stand up for democracy against the military dictatorship, that's why they got chased by the military. Sometimes family member died or the house is burned down. So people coming here with nothing more than just what they have on their body, and they have to restart new. Luckily, the Thai people, the Thai government, not supporting that much, but they're tolerating the Burmese people coming over here. So they're finding job in farm work or in factory or anywhere else. But they cannot support for the children. The people, most of the migrants coming over here, Burmese people, are illegal because the Thai government doesn't give them a status. So they're very vulnerable They just have to hide in the forest, stay in the small bamboo hut somewhere, that keep on working for. Some of them only have $30 a month in salary, that what they earn, $60. So they just can barely live here, barely survive. But when they get sick or anything happens, they run into trouble. It's very difficult for them to get out of that. And so the the children, they cannot go to school. They have no place to go. So what we are started here to offer this education for the children. It's all free for them. We offer the transport. They get free food. They get education, and most importantly, they get a very stable and healthy community where they can come into and they can get support. I see that always we are less of a school, we are more a learning community. The teachers are very kind, very nice. You would have some teachers actually here in the Zoom call. Maybe they can, or you can ask them as well in that Q&A session. So they're giving a lot of loving kindness for them. So the Burmese people in general are the most kind and good-hearted people that I ever met. And we can see that here when they take care of the children. So the children feel very feel happy to come here. They come out of a difficult background, and when they receive here, come here, they get a very healthy family. Everything is green in our school. We have a lot of flower gardens. We have the vegetable farm, the eco farm. So we go and plant the food, plant the seeds with the children. We harvesting, we cooking together. Have a lot of dancing and singing activities. So that's all very therapeutic. It's a healing center in that way, education and healing center. Even we don't have psychologists here officially, but every teacher, all teachers are here, and the volunteers coming in, they're all therapists in a way, by giving their loving kindness to the children. We can see in the beginning they come with a lot of tension. Sometimes they're a bit violent or have violent speech, or they're very shy and afraid. And over the time, they're really opening up. And by now, you see a very healthy, happy community of laughing children, enjoying being with the friends here together. So many things more to say for that, but we have limited time. But we have maybe the last thing to say. We have from the primary class on, from the 6-year-old up to the high school, up to 18 years old, the children. And we're also going out with our students into the village nearby and supporting this family, inviting all the people in, we're giving food packages out, medicine out, and we do this NGO work supporting in the communities with our students together. So we empower the students as well to do charity work and spreading out, doing the good deeds for everyone. So that's a little bit of a wrap up overview. So I'm really looking forward for your questions and your comments, that we can start with that now.
Thank you very much, Markus. I'd like to hand it over to Tina now to start facilitating the Q&A. So I think
Thank you so much, Markus, for sharing, and rejoice with you and all the teachers and volunteers for the amazing work that you do over there. It's just so inspiring to hear the story, but also to see the videos of the children and everyone just transforming from what they may have come from and the trauma and the difficulties, and just seeing them really bloom and find happiness and smiles again. So really fills my heart with joy. So rejoice with you, Markus. And maybe at the end, if we can just see some of these teachers on screen, if they put their hand up, I can spotlight and we can see them. We'll give them some time to get themselves ready, if that's okay. But we do have some questions.
Hello.
And we can say hello. Yeah.
Say hello, our teachers here, and say, being there. Just raise your hand, say waving in the camera so we can see you.
Okay, I'm going to spotlight you guys.
Just a little bit.
Hi
there.
we got you.
Yes, great. We see that here. Wonderful. They're all sitting outside because it's a bit hot now. So we actually sitting outside. We moved the classroom outside. So that's very nice. Yeah, maybe some of our teachers like to share from their side, is that how do you feel? We see we have teacher Latanda there. Do you like to share just a few words about you having the primary children, right? Taking care of the primary children. I see you always giving a lot of love and kindness to them. How do you feel in the school?
Just unmute yourself and then you can
You
share.
need to unmute and you can share just a word.
I think you can share.
Yeah, we
Hello,
can hear
nice
you.
to meet you all. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Very good, very good. Do you like to tell us a little bit about your class, about the happy shining eyes of the children that we everybody see in the video?
Yeah, I'm happy to see all of you. Yeah, although we have a lot of difficulties in here, we are very happy and pleased to support all the kids and also for our environment.
Oh, that's lovely. And any
That's
other
great.
teachers would like
Yeah,
to
and
share
also
as
teacher
well?
Dhamma.
You just have to unmute yourself.
If they're there, maybe I would like to share something. My wife is there as well. You can say hello.
What's your wife's name, Marcus?
Mo,
Hello.
she's here. She's talking now.
Hi, Boo. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, nice to meet you all. And yeah, I'm just a little bit ashamed about to talk, and I'm Marcus' wife. I'm from Myanmar, by the way. At the moment, I stay in May South and having the project with our Burmese community. So yeah, I'm so happy here, and also nice to meet you all. Also, thank you, Marcus. Remind me a lot our past time in Myanmar. We did have a lot of meditation every night. Yeah, we should practice more every day. Thank you very much, Marcus.
Thank you, Boo. Lovely. So nice to meet you on screen and rejoice with you and all the things that you do and your support for Marcus and the charity as well.
Yeah, we're working actually very close there together, managing the school here together. So like all teachers have their part. We have all our responsibilities, but I manage pretty much for everything with Mo together. If I wouldn't have her, I couldn't really run the school, and I can't speak Burmese, so that is very important. We're a good team organizing all together.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's so lovely to see. Thank you. And it's great to see the other teachers as well. If they'd like to join in answering any of the questions, they are welcome to. So, Marcus, we just heard that it has been quite difficult and there's been some difficulties, and someone has asked this question. Thank you, Marcus. That is amazingly wonderful work you and the team are doing. What are your main challenges?
Main challenges, can see that often it's a finances situation, as we are here in a little quite remote on the border, but it's not always easy to. We have a community here of around 75 people, 80 people, with the volunteers, with teacher, with our students for that. So, and in our foundation, we are not such a big foundation. It's mainly me and my family. So in Germany, but I travel every year over to Germany and in the summer for 2 months. And then I travel around. This year, I have 10 cities scheduled. So I will travel everywhere and give a speech to different groups, to Switzerland and Austria and Germany. So it keeps me very busy. Also enjoy meeting our old volunteers and supporters there. But yeah, that's it's a challenge, I think, for any NGO, especially these days where so many wars and troubles are around the world, to collect the donations. But it runs all right. It just needs more effort. And what is great is when we get volunteers coming over here. I talked shortly with Sinsen about it also yesterday, that there may be people interested to volunteering, even not cannot come over here directly, but maybe want to volunteer as English teachers online, for example. So that also is something great, great support. We will have a computer room set up in the next 1 month with 15 computers, and we will invite our students and also the villagers from nearby to come in, and they can learn English here in the center. But we don't have enough teachers to facilitate for that. So if people like to use the opportunity to teach English or teach basic computers or in that way, they could use the internet here. Our children can come in and they can teach as well. So everybody can join in and can help in their part. So otherwise, we're doing quite well when they're in the school here. We have a very nice community. It's not too many challenges, but this is something I think always all NGOs need to put a lot of effort in to keep it running.
That sounds amazing. So for those who are online, either online now or those who are here or watching this afterwards, if you would like to participate and volunteer, then, oh, we've got one hand up already, Marcus. There you go. If you would like to volunteer, we will provide some information to everyone, as well as for those watching on YouTube, we will put it into the description below. So Marcus, actually earlier I was thinking you said a few times that there's no psychologist who is there, and I would imagine a lot of the kids, especially from what they have seen and experienced, having a psychologist would be amazing to support them with their mental well-being. Would you be open to any volunteers who are psychologists or psychiatrists or counsellors? Maybe they can't come in person, but maybe they can offer their services online?
Yes, that would be great. It would be good. We have actually now a psychologist. She is Burmese, but she is living in South Korea, and she's traveling around now giving courses, psychology courses for the teachers, mainly training the teachers to be counselors to attend better to the needs of the children for traumatized situation. That's actually all of them are coming here now. They're joining this course right now.
Oh, fantastic!
So that's what we have at the moment. But we are very open for that. Yeah, people can do that. There's a language barrier. This is a little bit difficult, but we can have a translator in that in between, or even further training for our teachers would be very welcome for that. So any help there, especially from the psychology side, is very welcome.
Excellent. And do you have any connections to any Burmese temples and the volunteers at the temples? Because they, of course, can speak that language.
I couldn't understand it acoustically. If we have connection to Burmese temples? Yes. Yeah, we have. We are nearby, have the monastery that we regularly go over and we support. Well, sometimes we're cleaning up in there. We help to preparing for the celebration. So that's where as you know, in Thailand, in Myanmar, everywhere, every corner is a monastery. You only need to walk 5 minutes over and you already find the next monastery. So there are plenty of them. So anybody who comes over here can also go and meditate there, being there. But we have that here.
Fantastic. I hope that continues and that support can be given by the Burmese community to the charity as well, because there are also Burmese communities here in Australia, and it'll be nice to make that connection. Yeah. Okay, we have another question for you, Marcus. What aspects of the Dhamma have truly helped you deal with such challenges? Do you have any tips on how to be actively engaged in charity work while maintaining stillness or tranquility in the mind?
Yeah, I think generally mindfulness training, that's something when we practice regularly, the meditation have every morning, we put in half an hour or put an hour that we can do that. Then we can much better maintain the mindfulness also during the day. And then being genuine, just when you start helping maybe in your town and somewhere you can help in a kindergarten or any charity work what we have there. In Germany, what we have, lots of friends of mine do, and they're distributing food, collecting this from the supermarkets, and then with that organization, give it to people there, unprivileged people. They don't have enough food. So in any ways, what you can join and do some charity work. While doing this, it helps to reflect the goodness, the good deeds that you do while you're doing. So when we do charity work and we say that, oh, okay, this is my duty, or maybe I take some pictures for Facebook or and that way, and it doesn't have the right attitude for it. It doesn't give the right parameters, doesn't give the right qualities for you, the merits. When we do it with the right attitude and do it with metta, with loving kindness, and really rejoicing in the smile of the children and their happiness, then it really becomes a quality for yourself, and you also enjoy it much more in this time.
What a beautiful answer. Thank you, Markus. So in terms of supporting the charity, besides volunteers and donations, which is important, and we'll put that information also in the link as well, is there any other things that we can help or anyone who's watching this video can do to help the Mudita Foundation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by spreading the word. I think that's what we're doing here already. In any means, any ways, how we can spread the word and let people know about what's happening in Myanmar, because that's far too less in the news, and people just don't know about it. I hear that from many volunteers. They're coming over here. They say that opens up their eyes when they see the situation here, and they say they would. Now they share it to their community, to their friends, to their family, and then really people get more aware about it. And then there's support coming, not only for us, but also support for other organizations and generally for Myanmar. So that's often underestimated, just sharing the information, that people know what's happening here.
Yeah, thank you, Markus. And I really encourage everyone who is here, who is watching, those who are watching this afterwards, to really support this amazing organisation, the Mudita Foundation. And there will be links provided to everyone and also in the description below as well. And one last question, Markus. Earlier you were talking about how the military came and they burnt down the school, and there were some images of that as well. So someone was just asking why the military would come to burn down the school.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Yeah, my father also he he came to Myanmar over. He came here. My parents are very supportive for that, and he asked me that when I came over after I run out and luckily made it out there and came back to Germany. Said why did they actually burn down your monastic school? Why they was trying to catch you, to imprison you or kill you even in that situation? You've been doing so much good. You help the children, you educate the children, train them for good values, for open-mindedness. You establish a connection with the international schools, supporting them. And that's exactly the reason why they came and burning down. Because we're doing good for them and we empower the children. We teach them about human rights and about loving kindness, make them good people. And this is very scary for them, because if people are good educated and they have a good network and they have good values and they actually care about the other people, their friends and fellows in the country, then they are also becoming dangerous for them. So they want uneducated people. They're powerless. They have no network, no connection. So because we're doing good, we become very dangerous for them. So that's any organization who teach about human rights, who helps the people, empower the people, are the most dangerous for the military. That's one reason why education, having here the school, it's doing one of the best works for the revolution, for helping the people and reestablishing democracy in Myanmar.
Well, Markus, thank you and all the volunteers for your courage, the bravery that you show to do this for the children and for the people of Myanmar, so that they can have this education and they can reclaim themselves and be able to build their lives again. So amazing work that you do. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us and about your charity as well. It's been such a pleasure. And also to meet all the teachers who, of course, are very busy, and you can see that they're popping off now. And I'm going to
they
now
already half an hour over the time. That's why they have to leave. So.
which is
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciated this very much to come here today. All your invitation. It was a joy for me to share about the Dhamma and to share about our work, about everything. And yeah, I will follow you and see that more talks coming up there. So that's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yes, it's great having this connection. Please stay in touch with us, and I'm sure we will have projects that we can do along the way together as well. I'm just going to pass over to Sin Sin to do the closing for us.
Yes, Marcus, also just before we close, I think some time ago we talked about, I got your WhatsApp number, and then you said that you wouldn't mind having your WhatsApp number added to our Meta Center chat group. I mean, feel free to mute us because there's quite a lot of people and post, but then it'll be great if you'd like to establish the connection with us. So let me know again if you'd like me to add you to the group later on. Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Sure, thank you. Marcus, would you like to end the session tonight by perhaps maybe sharing dedication of merit or anything that you'd like to do to close the session tonight?
Okay, thank you. Yes. Yeah, so I'd like to share everybody, I'd like to thank everybody who came here in this for this Dhamma talk and this sharing. And I think all of it what we talked here, making good deeds to talk about with genuine healing, loving kindness that we brought in here from anybody who participated. I'd like to share that meritorious deeds for all living beings, especially in Myanmar, who are suffering from that situation and from any difficult situation and where we have a war situation similar here, and anybody who is in that difficulty in the world. Let's share the merits for all beings, living beings. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And join us again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
And next week, who do we have, Sin Sin?
We have Bante Pandit actually, and the title is The End of the World next week.
And everyone, I highly recommend that you come for that because it's going to be extremely interesting. I don't know if you guys remember, but there is the Journey to the West story. I love that growing up. So this is with Monkey King and all that. So there's going to be some storytelling and also to talk about the Dhamma that comes from Monkey King's story. So I hope you can join for that. And Bante Pandit is visiting from Thailand and he is coming in person. Yay! Did you want to say anything about your charity?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay, and Simran is here and she's going to share with all of us something about her charity that she had set up. It's a Western Sydney Uni Student Society, and it would be my pleasure to now introduce Simran, who's going to tell us a little bit about her Students for Charitable Causes charity. Thanks, Simran.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Hello, everyone. So yes, I'm Simran and I'm a student at Western Sydney University. And after a similar experience when I went to Vietnam on a study tour, my group was quite taken aback coming from being so young and coming from a Western society where we are quite privileged, going into another country and seeing things like children undergoing human trafficking and hearing about things like that. We were so inspired to come back and do something because we are so empowered and we have so much. I think in these Western cultures that many of us are living in, we feel such an individualistic desire to have things for ourselves. But when we look to the Dhamma and we realize how important generosity is, and really that everything you share out into the world, in a way you'll get back, it really inspired us to want to give back. So we came and we created a club called Students for Charitable Causes. And what the purpose of our club is to connect students who are interested in volunteering, who want to give back, who want to raise funds for causes like Mudita, and give them a platform to do so. And so what we are doing is looking to partner with existing NGOs and organizations, and we'd love to partner to share students' skills and their inspiration for doing good work, so that they've got an avenue to do so, and that we can help people who are in need, especially abroad in places that require donations, that require funds, and require expertise like teaching English, which we have an abundance of really here. We'd love to share that to help out.
Great, thank you. Well, that's a really important connection. So Simran, please stay in touch and hope that this connection flourishes for all the students as well as for the Mudita Foundation. Thank you. Thanks everyone so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.